What's up, everybody?
What's going on?
Up? Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. What's up, y'all? You're so silly. This is Tonja, one of your hosts.
And I'm Jermaine, you're the host.
We are excited to be back for another Saturday. I think I probably say that every episode.
Yes, welcome.
But it's true.
Welcome the people, baby.
Is that what I'm doing?
You're welcome in there.
Welcome to Act Right Out Loud podcast.
Yes.
Where we have a new episode every Saturday.
Dropping
every Saturday
at noon.
At noon. Just for your listening pleasure.
Right. You know what I want to say, right?
Oh, God.
The Act Right Out Loud podcast is brought to you by ActRight.com.
Act Right, y'all. Go check us out. ActRight.com. That's ADKINS.
Yes.
AKRITE.com. Check us out. Join our socials. Act Right, Instagram and Facebook.
Yep.
We will be excited to see you.
Absolutely. Subscribe. New subscribers, welcome. Welcome all of our new subscribers. But then also, if you're new to the room, make sure that you share. And while you're sharing it, tell them, go ahead and follow these people. These people are some good people.
We some good people. We some good people, y'all. We some good people.
Yes.
Look, we are excited. July is almost gone.
It is.
But this month, the entire month of July, we have been dedicated to releasing our wisdom to the engaged couples out there. And I've gotten some pretty good feedback.
Yeah, I have too. I have too. Just people in relationships.
Yeah, saying that these are some great conversation starters. So we are excited that you are getting what we want you to get from our podcast episodes.
Right. It's some good stuff. And I'm not just saying that because we're the ones who are talking about it.
It really is good, y'all.
Some good stuff. Yeah. And today, what are we talking about today? Tell us, please. I'm your hype man.
You my hype man today? You gotta hype me up real good now.
Come on. I got you.
Today. Right?
What?
Yeah. We are discussing.
What we're discussing? Tell us, please.
The I in marriage.
The I in marriage.
Woo! Baby, you not hyping it up.
The I in marriage.
Yeah, man.
I had to put that note down myself. I am married. No, I'm ready.
The I in marriage. You know the saying,
ready.
There's no I in team.
Yeah.
But there is an I in
marriage. Absolutely.
And we want to talk about it. So engaged people, lend us your ear.
And you know what? Can I start this off?
Go for it.
I want to start off by saying, Tonja and I, we talk about this a lot. And those of you all that don't know, Tonja was married once before. I was not. I was single. I was extremely single.
Yeah. You were real single.
Real single. So I came into our courtship and engagement just as selfish as I wanted to be.
He came with the wrong eye, y'all.
I came with the wrong eye because it was all that I was used to. I was used to going to the store for myself, feeding myself, just
taking care of you,
taking care of me. And don't hear that the wrong way, because if you're single and you're not looking to be married or in a serious relationship, live your life, do you, and just be as selfish as you want to be. And don't feel bad.
Please do not take that the wrong way.
And don't
be as selfish as you want to be, because even though you're single, you still have you may still have responsibilities or things that require you to take care of them.
Right.
So don't always think of yourself. And it's always great to be a giver.
It is great to be a giver.
And that's what the Bible says, right?
Yes,
it's better to give than to receive.
Yes, it is. Yep. But marriage is a selfless act. Marriage is a selfless act, and selfishness. I can't say it. Let's say it right.
Say it again.
Selfishness. Yeah.
Are you trying to say selfish or selfless?
No, I'm trying to say selfish.
Okay, selfishness.
Yeah, selfishness has no room in marriage.
No room.
So
it's banned.
Just want to go ahead and throw that out.
It is not welcomed. In marriage.
Okay. All right. We'll take that. It's not welcome.
Now, don't confuse that with taking care of yourself.
Right.
Because people be like, what you mean I can't take care of myself? No. Take care of yourself. But don't be selfish.
Well, but here's the thing. The reason why we want to have this conversation is because there are so many single people who look at marriage and it's just like, I don't want to. I
don't want to get lost in that.
I don't want to get lost in it. I don't want to lose myself in marriage or in the relationship. So we thought it was best to have this conversation. We talked about it in our book too. We thought it was best to have this conversation, just really dealing with that I in marriage, because so many times we hear a lot of single decisions that are being made.
Yep.
In marriage. In marriage.
Yeah.
And because
single folk.
Yes. And because they've operated that way for so long, they don't see the harm in the decisions that they're making because they're so used to making those decisions. That's why it's good to talk about these things, and it's and it's good to get an understanding of these things going into the marriage. So you and I had to get an understanding because with you coming, being married before, you understood, and with children, you understood that this is not just about me. So you cannot, the way that you're operating, we don't operate like that because this is we're a unit over here.
We make decisions together.
Right.
We make decisions together.
Right. And a lot of times what people do is they don't start thinking like that until the pronouncement. I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Some of them don't even start thinking about it then.
This is true.
Which is why this is a great conversation, right?
Yes.
This is what we as premarital coaches try to get our couples to understand, that once you talk about your role in the marriage and how, you're expected, what the expectations are from each person.
Right.
We talk a lot about expectations because people think that expectations are demanding or ultimatums, and they're not. They're just you telling your partner what you would like to see.
Right.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, y'all. Don't let nobody tell you that you shouldn't expect something from your husband just because they don't expect it or understand what you're expecting.
Right.
Because it's not for them, right?
Right.
It's for your partner.
Absolutely.
So this conversation is going to be more about the individual that's in the marriage, which is why we said the I in marriage.
Yes.
We're talking about you as the individual and how you are going to adapt to the marriage that you're getting into.
Yeah. So one of the things that Tonja and I did throughout our engagement, and definitely in the definitely within the first 2 years of the marriage, is we were very intentional on making sure that we did not lose our identity within each other, within the marriage itself. Tonja's gifted. We're both gifted individuals. We both were gifted individuals before we
came together.
Yeah. And so who says that you have to lose that
just to be with someone else?
Right.
And if you're put in a position to where you have to choose your purpose in life over being with someone, then I'm going to suggest that you take a step back and really think about what you're giving up.
Right.
For the person that is that you're giving it up to.
Right. Don't lose your individuality.
Don't lose yourself.
Don't lose it just because you asked this person to marry you, or just because you said yes. You don't lose yourself, or you shouldn't lose yourself in the asking and in the response of saying
the asking response.
Yes, don't lose yourself. It doesn't. So many times people they are in marriages and they're miserable because they've lost themselves, or one person knows their purpose, but the other person is trying to find their identity and their purpose through the person that they're with. And it's not, and that's not how it's. And
sometimes they're not connected. Right. Sometimes your purpose is completely different from the purpose of the person that you're with.
Right.
And you have to be able to identify the difference.
You have to be able to identify the difference, but then you also have to be honest with yourself in terms of
where you are.
Are you fully developed as a man, as a woman? And I'm not talking about in the physical aspect. I'm speaking.
Please clarify.
I was like, I felt you looking at me like, where are we going with this?
We fully developed. I mean,
no. I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
There's nothing worse.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing worse than an underdeveloped man or woman trying to go into a marriage with the mindset of, once I get into this marriage, everything will be good. Everything. I'm
just gonna step right into that role. And
everything
that I need to be.
Everything's gonna be great.
No preparation.
Newsflash.
Mindset's still the same. Right. Nothing about your mind has changed. Right. The only thing that has changed is the date on the calendar that y'all about to get married. So if you don't shift, then that marriage is just gonna take off without you.
It is gonna take off without you. But here's the thing: it's a newsflash.
How could that happen?
Well, marriage doesn't fix everything.
But what I'm saying is, like, if you don't shift, like your mindset doesn't shift, then basically your partner is going to carry that relationship.
Yeah, they are going to carry that relationship, and eventually they're going to get tired. But if you have a mindset of, all I need to do is just get married and everything's going to be fixed in your life, you setting yourself up for some heartbreak. You setting yourself up for some long nights. Long nights.
You know, I was watching this old movie. It came out in like 2018 with Regina Hall in it. You kind of looked in it, you know. It was when you were grilling.
Oh, okay, yeah. About The Vow.
About what? Oh, The Vow. Yeah. And so I was like, so you were listening. Okay. But anyway, she dreamed of being married her entire life. And she was at an age to where she felt like it was either now or never. So because she felt like it was either now or never, regardless of where she was in her career, regardless of where she was with herself individually, she said, the next man that proposed to me, I'm going to say yes. So guess who proposes to her?
Wow.
The same dude that she broke up with because he wasn't ready to get married, but because he was in a position to where he was like, I might as well. And she been there.
Whenever a person is operating on, well, we might as well.
Listen, I don't care what my age is. That does not mean I'm ready to be married. And she had not dealt with the issues that she had about wanting to be married or about her career or anything about her.
Underdeveloped.
Underdeveloped. I don't like that underdeveloped word, but
underdeveloped.
But I'm gonna let him have it today.
It's in the book.
It is. Yes. That must have been your portion.
Wow. It probably was yours though. Underdeveloped.
I'm not abusive.
That's a non-negotiable too.
Well, you said ouch, and I'm like, no, that didn't even hurt.
It kind of hurt.
It didn't hurt. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Did it really hurt?
Are you serious right now?
Yes, I want to know if it really hurt.
You literally punched me in my.
I did not punch you. I did. See, this is how the Me Too movement began.
Because somebody got pinched too hard?
No, because of how people want to receive things to make themselves appear as a victim. But we're moving on, right? We're moving on because I did not hurt him. And
why are you trying to plead your case to the people?
Because y'all, I don't want nobody to be like, "Oh, she abusive."
You don't want to be counseled?
Nobody can counsel me, baby.
Oh my.
You can counsel me. You can say what you want to say, and I can allow it to do what I want it to.
You're uncancelable.
I'm uncountable. You know what? We'll be here for a moment, so let's just move on.
You're unpausable. You're going to be paused either.
I don't think unpausable is a word. You know, he's just making up stuff.
Well, I know cancelable is a word. Is a made up word. I just made that up.
Anyway, the power of who you are, because last week we talked about the power of agreement. So I'm thinking the power of who you are as a person.
Go to
Atkins.
Okay.
Reel it in, baby.
Right.
You got it?
I got it. I'm
okay.
good, y'all. I'm good.
The I in marriage. And we are not going to bleep this out because we want y'all to see this is how we have conversations.
The I in marriage.
The I in marriage, y'all, for real though. So your individual purpose in your marriage, you know, how you're going to be a part of the marriage and not just the name that creates the agreement, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I mean it because people take last names, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. How you are in your marriage determines how your marriage will be.
Right. And then also when we say like the I in marriage, so this conversation that we're having today, we're having this conversation in hopes that if you are engaged, that you start training your mind now.
Yeah. You start walking in the role of husband, of wife.
Yes.
Or, you know, whatever terminology y'all want to use. Because I know that's considered old school these days.
Right.
Because I was listening to Red Table Talk years back when Jada first came with Red Table Talk. And she said that they don't say that they're in a marriage. They say that they're in a partnership.
Oh, I'm sorry. You, because that makes absolutely no sense.
It says marriage license, not partnership license.
Right. That's my whole point. It's like, what are you?
So do you mean you didn't get married? Do you mean that y'all are not married and y'all just had an agreement?
Well, see, but that's the false hope that a lot of people hold on to in terms of relationships and marriages. They see what they feel like is this great picture, this great role model of marriage, such as Will and Jada, until everything blew over them, and just with everything else, you know, we are people just sitting back looking at the movies of these individuals live their lives in terms of these celebrities and social media people, even the people looking at us, but they don't know the stuff that happens on the inside. They don't know the work that it takes to keep this ball rolling.
Yeah.
And if you don't know who you are as an individual, then how can you know who you're going to be in a committed marriage, in a union?
So this that we're talking about that's in marriage, we're talking about your role in the marriage. We're talking about what you're bringing to the marriage, and how, you know, you playing a part in it makes it successful.
Yes.
Not you just being married just to say you're married.
Right.
But actually being married and living a married life.
Right. Because here's the thing, y'all. Before you step into the position of husband or wife, you must first change the way that you think. Yeah. You got to go from the I to us. You got to go from me to us. You got to go from just getting yourself something to drink at the gas station on your way home to making sure everyone else. That's
no. Well, I mean, what you looking back at me
because
like that for?
Because if I go to the store and
now we're gonna go there.
If I go to the store and get something to eat, and I come to this door, and I didn't call or ask or anything, or I didn't take the initiative and just be proactive and just get something for the house, and I just got something specifically for me, there will be a conversation that will be had about, you know, that was kind of selfish of you. You didn't call nobody, ask nobody.
Well, I would have a bigger issue with you taking that option away from me and not asking me. Right. But I mean, I would have to give you some grace in that, you know, in the beginning of our marriage. I mean, you ain't got no grace now, because if you go to the store now, we've been married 10 years, you know, bro.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's right.
But in the beginning, you were coming into a marriage as you were really single for years.
Right.
And so your mindset was, I'm just going to the store to pick up something and I'm gonna grab me something to drink.
Right.
And you don't call. In the beginning, I'm gonna have an issue with that, and I'm gonna say, you didn't think, well, I I would probably say that because I don't really understand the level of your mindset as it relates to, that particular incident.
Well, I think, and I know we're using this as an example.
And it may seem small, but it's really how you're programmed.
It's right. It's how your mind is shaped at this moment.
Yeah.
You've been single for forever. And now you're going into something where it's not just about you anymore.
Yeah.
It's about us. It's just not you no more.
Yeah.
It's just not.
So when you think about your individual role, and I'm gonna speak for me, coming in, I want to say this in a way that's understandable. So coming into my new marriage, not completely ridding myself from the hurt and pain from my old marriage was probably the biggest mistake. No, I'm going to say, it was the biggest mistake that I made. And I should have taken more time for me to understand how that marriage affected me and how it really, made decisions for me.
Yeah.
Those emotions from that past made decisions for me.
Well,
so that alone caused conflict, for us in the first year.
Well, yeah, but now the thing about that is that you also, I know you know this, but you also got to remember too, you were so busy living your life for the kids to where you didn't take that time to just be like, I mean, is that what?
That's absolutely correct. Because after, not having that 2-parent household and going to that 1-parent household, I had to figure out, okay, so I'm like literally going to do everything by myself. Everything. I don't play video games. What is this about? That's correct,
And sometimes that can be hard to balance.
It was. Yeah. It can be. It was. It was. And then, I mean, I think that is exactly why I had the mindset with you in the beginning. I'm not getting married again, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not happening.
That's true. But
over time.
But that was coming from a place of
anger
and familiarity in terms of what you had just came out of.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But everybody's situation or process is
different. Yeah.
Because some people who are listening, it may be 2 people that are engaged and they just have never been married before, period. Excuse me.
And it may be one that was married and the other's never been married and they're coming together.
Or
maybe 2 divorcees. Yeah.
But you're still going from a place of me to us.
Yeah.
From me to us.
And that transition begins mentally.
Yes. It should. You should start thinking like where you want to be. So if you know that you want to be husband, if I know that I want to be husband in your life, I have to start thinking like a husband.
Right. And if you don't know what that is or what that looks like, then what do you do when you're getting ready for something new? You prepare.
Right.
So you research, you ask questions, you go to, small groups where they talk about, becoming a husband. You go life coaches, you know what I mean?
Yes.
These are all resources to prepare you, but we don't like the resources because they don't come easy.
Right.
Because we're going to actually have to do some work.
You're going to do some work and it's going to take some investment as well.
If you really want to get something worth having, most times you're going to have to hire somebody to help you, especially if you're dealing with being single. You were single for how long, baby?
Forever. Forever. Now, when I say single, I'm speaking in terms of being married. But
he had some women, y'all.
You said that.
Yeah, some women.
Some women.
Some women's. Some women.
That's what we doing today. All right. Okay. I'm with it.
You had some women's.
No.
Baby, I'm just.
I didn't have no women's.
With.
I was in adult relationships.
Ooh, that don't sound good. I don't like the way that sounded. Let's move on from that before something else comes out.
Yeah, it do kind of sound creepy.
Yeah, it was kind of creepy. So, no. But to the point that's being made is you were not thinking like the position you were getting ready to be in.
No, I came. So for me, the iron marriage is like this. I came into our relationship, into our engagement, with the understanding that there is no I. But
it's different when you get in that position.
It's different when you get in that position. So that means that I came in as a lowercase I versus a capital I. Meaning, and when I say that, meaning I understood the position of husband. I understood all these different things, but I didn't quite know how to operate because I was only going to be operating based off of what I saw coming up at home as a husband. It wasn't based on the experience.
So it's kind of like I have the resources now. What do I do with it?
Right.
And how do I make it work for me?
Right.
And so with that, I think it's important that people realize that they shouldn't mirror what they learn. They should make it fit what they desire.
Oh, yeah.
And what the agreement is between them and the person that they're married.
Right.
So when you go into making that I a capital I, you understand that your mind has been made up, right? And you've put yourself in position to understand what that means for you, and not just what that role is.
Right.
So it's important to take those resources and form them into something that's beneficial for you in your relationship, and not necessarily something that sounds good, or something that you see in the media.
Because even in the most successful marriages that you possibly look at, follow, or whatnot, some of the things that work for them may not work for you. And it's okay. But you can always look back at them as reference, not necessarily just walking directly every step that they've taken, because everybody's process is different. It's different. So sometimes it may not work, and whatever it is that possibly is not working, it should not be an end all.
Because we're not perfect, right?
Right, of course.
God created us to be individuals.
Yeah, we're imperfect people.
An individual with a purpose, but with different types of purposes.
Yes.
So your individual purpose and who you're called to be in this life may not look like the husband that you're going to be in your household. And what I mean by that is, like, your job, the thing, I won't say your job, your passion, your purpose, the thing that brings you joy could be computers. And you're stuck to this one thing that you focus on, and you're great at it, and you do it very well. But when you become a husband or a wife, that is a different purpose. That is something that's set aside from, what you do to make money, or what you do that brings you joy in life. So you have to understand that I'm a great computer programmer, but I suck at not being married, but I suck at what I bring to the table when it comes time for us to communicate, because I don't understand it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So you have to be able, and this is where balance comes in.
Right.
Because I was thinking that. When I tell you, you have to balance who you are individually and who you are when you become the capital I in marriage. I like that, capital I.
I'm talking about straight lowercase. You remember? Straight lowercase. So here's
lowercase, the line and the dot.
Right. So just looking at the iron marriage, here's a question that a lot of people we've been asked, and I kind of want us to kind of talk about it too, because we talk about this in the book, in the same chapter, in terms of how long should the engagement be?
I don't think I can answer that.
How long should the engagement be? And for those of you all that are watching today, like, put it into the comment fields. Just whatever you believe or think.
Engagement.
Yeah.
Well, how about how long would you want your engagement to be? Okay. And not so much a generalization of how long should you be engaged. Yeah. Like, I felt like when you and I got engaged, it didn't take us long. We got married, what, a couple months later? 6 months later?
No.
Yes, we did. When we announced our engagement, it was in October.
Yes.
Of 2013.
Yes.
We got married in March
of 2014.
Yeah.
Right. But that was just us announcing the engagement.
Oh, so you're going from the actual proposal part. I got you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Correct me then.
I just wanted to
I stand corrected.
Because I'm just saying, I just want people to know that, you know.
But I mean, what's crazy is you and I talked about marriage. Oh, yeah, before you proposed.
Yes.
And we had conversations about what that looked like. And y'all, when I tell you, I had a lot of pushback.
Yeah, but I mean,
in the beginning.
Yeah, because there were a lot of factors.
There
was a lot of new things for the both of us.
Yeah.
For the both of us.
Yeah.
So when we asked the question, so we're not going to ask how long should my engagement be?
Don't generalize it.
Yeah, don't generalize.
You know, how long should it be for you?
For you.
Yeah, for you.
Because one of the things that we have discussed and we talk about is that your engagement should actually be as long or as short as you all want it to be. It's just pretty much depending on your readiness to really understand that there is no I. And I know sometimes we'll say that and it sounds like it's a bad thing because it may sound like something that's being taken away from you as a person. But think about everything that's going to be added to you as a person just because you are joining versus joining forces. That was wrong. What you just did. Don't you say that? That was so wrong what you just did. Joining forces with someone that's going to help you get closer to reach your destiny quicker than what you would have got, reached if you were still doing it by yourself.
Yeah, but the I is important. The I is still there.
Yes.
The individuality is still there. It's just when it comes to decisions, you're no longer making them for yourself.
So
I mean, I get that's where the whole there's no I in team comes from. Because when it comes time for us to be team players, then we're thinking about both of us and we're not thinking about what I'm going to get out of it as opposed to what you're going to get out of it. We're thinking about the collective.
So let's give just some real quick before we go. Let's give some.
Before you do that, I did want to say that in my opinion, the engagement should take as long as it takes for you to make your mind up about the decision that you're making.
That's good. But that just, why make that decision?
Well, some people propose because they know that that's what they want and they know they want to be married. They just haven't put their mind or made up their mind about what that looks like for them. So the engagement should be the beginning of your journey, and however long it takes you to say, okay, we're ready to actually be in position of husband and wife and not just talk about it. We're ready to be about it.
Okay. You got real battle on this.
Be about it. Be about it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, because I would have forgot.
No, that's totally fine. I think it just, what you just said just kind of
triggers something.
Yeah, it triggers like a thought of how so many people overlook so much stuff regarding who they are and regarding what they presently have just because the proposal has come. No, don't get me wrong. The proposal is great. The ring is beautiful. This gentleman has definitely made an investment because he wants to take this young lady's hand in marriage. That's all great, but don't allow that to dismiss whatever issues that y'all were having together, whatever issues that you were having as an individual. You still have to work through that stuff so that you don't lose who you are, so that y'all can have an understanding of, I don't want to lose who I am. This is me.
Yeah.
This is me. Because when you ask, and then when you say, I do, you're saying, I accept everything about you. Everything about you. I think sometimes
everything that I know.
Everything that right.
So don't surprise me, in year 5.
Right.
With something that we never discussed. So that's why go back to the beginning of your journey and have those hard conversations and talk about yourself individually.
Right.
And then when you get to the point of being engaged, you can start talking about your individuality in the marriage and the I that you're going to bring to that covenant.
Right.
Is that correct?
No, covenant. You're correct. You're correct. Because so many people, they just overlook this. They overlook it, and then they have to go. They get married. They're progressing on. Something happens. Now it's like, let me go back.
Yeah.
And refer back to the stuff that I should have been putting at the forefront.
Right.
All these different, so.
And we're not saying that you can't go back.
Yeah. Yes. Right.
You can reconcile. But if you choose to, right, that's a choice. That's not something that's just going to happen just because you say we need to reconcile.
Right.
You need to actually choose to reconcile and do the work so that it's, that it's done. But the I in marriage is so important because it's what you bring that makes it work.
Right.
2 people working together for one common goal. And the goal is for us to live a happy life together.
Yep.
It's not for me to say that I'm married to you and I'm miserable in this house. It's for me to say, I married this man, that was the best decision that I made. And I bring my own happiness to this relationship. I'm not looking, to him to make me happy.
Right.
He makes me happy, but that's because I'm happy with myself and I can receive the love that you give to me that even adds to the happiness that I already have.
We really could close it right there with what you just said. I wanted to ask that question about the engagement just for conversation piece, and I think sometimes a lot of people put so much emphasis, place so much emphasis on that engagement piece. There are a lot of pieces that are where emphasis are placed on in this whole realm of engagement, marriage. And then the major things that need to be looked at, tend to fall
through the cracks
in that minor area.
Yeah,
like everything else is major, but the stuff that's going to really cement you in your marriage is like minor.
Yeah,
but everything else is minor. We gotta do this. We gotta do all these different things.
Yeah,
This is why I'm so glad that the final week's episode, well for July, is going to be the wedding versus the marriage, and kind of look into that a little bit.
Yeah,
that's gonna be some fun.
That's gonna be Those are gonna be some fun.
That's gonna be some fun because we're gonna save some people some money. Or you gonna you're gonna shift how you spend your money. You're gonna shift
the value of your money.
You're gonna shift the value of it by understanding the investment of premarital.
Yeah.
Versus
we're not fit to go there because that's a whole nother podcast.
This unicorn ice sculpture that you just had to have.
Why it's got to be a unicorn? Anyway, guys, let's get back on topic because that's a whole nother episode. What I really wanted to say was the engagement, the time frame of your engagement is not as important as the I you bring into the marriage. Right. So just think about that. Right. Just think about that, y'all. Think about that. Think about you and what you're bringing to this new. I don't like what's happening right now. You have no focus right now.
I'm so focused.
No, you're not, because this is important. This is a serious matter, Edmonds.
It's a very serious matter.
Thank y'all so much for joining us. And on that note, we're gonna kind of eat. We're gonna slide out.
We love y'all. Thank y'all for putting up with us.
Thank y'all. Have a great Saturday. Enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday. Remember, I knew you was gonna say something else.
I think you need to hear this. No, seriously. The iron marriage.
You done?
I'm done.
You're done.
You're lying, Mark.
You're done. You're done.
You close
I literally have closed this out 5 times.
Let's do it one more time.
The iron marriage. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Yeah. Love each other. Have these conversations. Yeah. Are you really done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Thank y'all. This was a great conversation.
Yeah.
We could really talk more about it.
We could.
We'll dive more into it. You'll hear a lot of it as we talk about the journey, because with the journey, it is about you as the person and what you're creating together.
Right? It is about you and what y'all are creating.
Yeah.
And you not losing yourself.
Yeah.
Within the marriage. So happy Saturday to y'all.
Happy Saturday.
Like we always say, get out there, do something fun with you and your family. Mm-hmm. And we'll see y'all on the next episode.
Bye, y'all.
Peace out.